Hello everyone, welcome to my first YouTube video. This is going to be a draw with me, and if you have a sketchbook or you're into art or you just want to doodle or if you just want to watch the video just for the the fun of seeing the process of how people create their art, feel free to join me. And today I used a random art generator prompt, and the prompt that I got was Trident. So I'm going to see what I can come up with in terms of designing a character based on that prompt. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to start with a very simple initial sketch. This is something I do just to get my ideas down on the paper. And I'll do a few sketches before I start to really go deep into the design process. It's also a good way just to get your ideas out. And just kind of flesh out the character or design. I would not recommend going with your first idea. In rare cases that can be good. Your first idea might just be the best one. So you might do 4 or 5 different sketches and you just go back to the first sketch like, wow, this one was the best one. And that has happened to me plenty of times. But it is a rarity compared to just going through the initial design process and really fleshing out the design. So sometimes you gotta like really fight with yourself to not go with your first idea, because sometimes the first idea just seems like the coolest, but you will never know what you can expand upon if you just go with that first idea. So here I'm just doing an initial sketch, nothing too crazy. I wanted to design, since the prompt was Trident, I wanted to design some like a mermaid type character, but not like fantasy mermaid like Disney Little Mermaid, more like I guess more like a underwater like combat or warrior type of mermaid. And that's like the general idea I had in my head when I was doing the sketch. So you'll see how it evolves over time. Okay, so now I'm just gonna finish up the sketch here. We're gonna go into doing my inks. And inking is always like a really fun process for me. I just really like inking. And also being able to display like, I guess you could say shadows with like different inking techniques like hatching and stuff. Which is very prominent in just the style of how I draw and stuff, so. Yeah, inking can be really fun for me. I know some people don't like inking. It puts a lot of pressure on them. But I feel like inking is a good foundation just for getting your skills better, especially when you start drawing things with just like an ink pen or a ballpoint pen. When you just use the pen to draw, it really can help you improve as an artist, because now you are forced to live with your mistakes. So if you're drawing in pen and you do something and you don't think it looks good, or you don't like necessarily want to change it, you're basically forced to live with that, or be intuitive and try to finagle a way to change it in a way where it doesn't ruin the drawing. But yeah, drawing with a ballpoint pen or just any type of pen just by itself is a great practice to just get more confident in just whatever you're drawing, and just more confident in your lines, your strokes, and everything. So I highly recommend that to anybody who is trying to just get more confident in drawing and not relying too much on starting with an initial sketch, just being able to draw outright with just a pen and just understand what you're drawing and how to just convey that with just the pen itself, without needing an initial sketch to start with. And so yeah, I'm just here finishing up the inks, and like I said, this is my first sketch. So at the time I was thinking like this little mermaid girl is a little too cute to be a warrior. So we're gonna go through a little more revisions of her. But I do like this initial sketch. I thought it came out pretty nice. Okay, so here guys is where I'm going to start inking with just the pen itself. And as I said before, this is really going to help you with just getting more confident with your strokes and drawing your lines, and just build overall confidence with your drawing style. And it's hit or miss sometimes, but I think that's the beauty of it, because it really helps you to understand, you know, your style, what you're trying to draw, what you're trying to accomplish with what you're drawing. So, you know, making mistakes is a good thing as an artist. That's how we learn. So I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. This first sketch I did with pen, I was not feeling it at all, but it's okay, because the next one that I'm gonna do, you're gonna see later on, I was very happy with. So okay guys, so right here is where I'm gonna start my second ink pen sketch. And this is where the design really started to click for me. I really started to flesh out the design I was really thinking of when I first went into drawing it. Like, it started to really my vision started to come onto paper. And I was really happy with this design, and this is the one I had ended up going with to flesh out even more. Yep, and right here, so for the design, I had the idea for her hair to kind of look like almost like a seashell. So that's the idea I went for with her hair, as opposed to just a normal pigtail type of look. And I really loved the way it came out. And so I kind of just went with that in terms of like just making her feel like she would be an underwater inhabitant of some, you know, underwater civilization. So I gave her the seashell hair, and then I just made her look more warrior-esque, less cutesy. Still cute, but not as, you know, super duper cutesy as the first two sketches were. So she has a little bit more of a tude, as you can see. And just going in and adding some hatching just to add some details to it, the sketch. Right here, I'm going to give her a little seashell like hairpin, which is I thought was super cute to add to her. And just going ahead and giving her a little earring. Yep. and I was really happy with how this sketch was turning out, and I was really excited to add some color to it later on, which you will see. Here we're gonna start drawing her body here. I start getting into drawing the body, and I know anatomy can be very difficult for many people. Trust me, I am definitely one of those people as well. You are not alone. Anatomy is just a very hard subject to learn. I'm still learning, but once you start to understand it, it does help with drawing characters, and you kind of, once you understand it, you can exaggerate it to how you see fit, because you have a basic understanding of the actual, original organic thing. So yeah, I'm still learning anatomy myself. I actually want to do some anatomy stuff on the channel, so you will all be learning together, which will be nice. And so here I'm just giving her like a little breastplate, and just adding in her armor design and stuff. And then right here, I started to add some scales to her armor. I just thought it was appropriate, since she's an underwater warrior. So just add a little bit more detail to the overall design, which I thought would be a really nice touch. And then right here, I started to add in her trident, drawing that in. I didn't want to go with the traditional trident design that everyone knows, like the pitchfork looking trident. I wanted to do something a little bit different, so I kind of gave her like a tri type of, I don't know what you would call that, like it's a trident with 3 different, I guess, prongs. I mean, that makes it even more of a trident in my opinion, because it's three prongs sticking out. So I want to go with a different design idea. So yeah, designing her trident here. I also had the idea of having like almost like extra prongs, but they would be made of energy, which you will see later on when I start doing the coloring process. And then right here, started to add some, actually some lightning details for her trident, which I thought made sense. So just to add those in, I did like almost like these little jaggedy lines, and very simply you can convey different types of things. So just by doing that, I could convey lightning or electricity. So yep. And so right here, I was so happy with that third sketch I had done that I wanted to do like just like a mug shot of her, just to flesh out her even more as a character. So I just did a sketch of her, very quick sketch of her, and I like the way it turned out. I didn't ink it. Maybe I'll go back later on and do that on my free time, just ink that and maybe color it as well. But I just did a nice little sketch of her because I was really digging the design so far. Okay, so right here is when I'm going to start my coloring process. I kind of already started it with the first initial sketch up top, but I wanted to even flesh out this even more by coloring this sketch because I was so really excited and happy with it. So the markers that I'm using to color are the Kuretake Zig. I think they're called the Kuretake Zig Clean Color Brush Pens. They are very good pens. I highly recommend them if you want to get like a Copic type of feel with coloring, but not pay as much money, because they kind of accomplish the same thing as Copics. They are not alcohol based or water based, but they do a really good job of blending and stuff. And you can use them as just the markers themselves, or even as watercolors, which is really cool. So I highly recommend these markers, and they're really portable. So you can take them with you on the go very easily. But right here, I'm just adding in the color of her skin. In my initial mind, I thought of her having like this pink colored skin, almost like the coral reef, like the color of coral. And so I'm just going ahead and adding in the color for her skin. And I'm leaving a few white areas just to add in some highlights to the character, which is a really cool, neat trick if you want to add in some definition to your character and give them some volume, make them feel more three-dimensional. And now I'm going in with the lighter color to add in, just more of that gradient. And then right here, we're going to go in with her armor now. And I thought of giving her some green armor, green color. I guess it's kind of like I'm not sure. Does Aquaman have green armor? I think he does. So it's kind of like Aquaman there. But I wanted to have a cool color palette for her, so I thought pink. Thought pink for her skin, green for her armor, and purple for her hair. So I thought that would be a cool color combination. So I'm just going in and adding the color for her armor and stuff. And the same thing, leaving some light areas for the highlight areas to really blend it all out and make it look very nice and give it that three-dimensional form. Just making your characters feel more like they're in a 3D space. Okay, and then right here, I'm going to start coloring her hair. As you saw, I added the purple to her armor as well. So, just cohesively keeping all the colors together is nice. And I believe I made her eyes green as well, so, and her earring green as well. So, just keeping all the colors just cohesively together just adds to the overall just beauty to your design. Just making your designs look nice because a lot of colors are really well put together. So yep, just coloring her purple hair here. I do, once again, I think I said it earlier, I love her hair. I like the way that it actually looks like a seashell. It really just adds character to her, gives her personality. I think it's really awesome. And here, just same thing, same deal, just leaving some highlights. Here, I actually use the same marker to add shadows, which is also very possible. Just do layering the marker. And like I said, these markers are very much like Copics in a lot of ways. So layering the markers give you a darker color. And then here, went in with a darker color purple, just to add some shadows to her hair. Like I said before, just to get the design, just some overall just depth and volume, making her pop out even more. And then right here, just finishing up the rest of the trident coloring. And yeah, I really like the way the design turned out. It turned out really nice, and I definitely will probably flesh out this character a little bit more. Might even do a little bit further, some further revisions of this particular design. But so far, I'm really enjoying and liking what I'm seeing. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I also did like a little thumbnail sketch of like maybe a possible future illustration I might do of her in that pose. That little doodle I have there. It's not the best drawing or the best doodle, but hey, it is what it is. I kind of like it being there, adds personality to the page. But that particular pose I might actually make into a actual illustration, a more detailed illustration of her. I don't know, maybe doing like, I don't know, fighting in a battle or something. I think that would be pretty cool to draw and illustrate. But yep, right here, just adding in the lightning. And this design is pretty much looks like a finished page to me. So yeah, if you're still here in the video watching, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm gonna soon be wrapping up this video. And to end off the video, I thought it would only be appropriate to give her a name, so I decided to combine trident with tidal, like a tidal wave, and I came up with the name Tridal. I think it sounds pretty cool, if you ask me. So yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking with me to the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed, and there will definitely be more content like this coming. So please stay tuned, and thank you so much for tuning in.